Hey folks, Msfs Simmer here. Welcome back to my career here in my office, working at headquarters, as it says, in career mode in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. So as you can see, gotten up to level 50, had a pretty harrowing search and rescue first mission. I've got a couple other specializations that I'm going to delve into. My intent is to get through both of them here, but we'll see how that goes. So we're going to hop over here. Again, we had done search and rescue. Next thing I'm going to do, cargo, transport, medium. On board larger aircraft, work closely with your co-pilot to ensure safe and efficient flights. Together, you'll be responsible for navigation, controlling aircraft systems, and making crucial in-flight decisions, creating an essential team for cargo transport. And we're going to be able to use either one of these aircraft. I've flown this one before. I might have done the Pilatus. I'm not sure. But it'll be what it'll be when we go into our first mission. And I believe the mission is over. Not sure why we're in the middle of the ocean. I'm like, what is happening and where are we? Alright, so I know that's the firefighting mission. Where is the other one? Because, yeah, this is where I did search and rescue. I'm not sure it gave me... that's search and rescue with helicopters. There we go. Alright. So, in Japan here, I believe. So, standard air freight, destination Miyake Village, I assume is what that is. So one of our best client, again, great Microsoft English. One of our best client called in a panic. He just dropped us a carefully packed shipment and is counting on us to bring it on time to Miyake VIL period. So I assume it's village. Alright, long flight. So I will get it done, but I'm not going to just make it a video. We're clearly going over a bunch of water. Alright, so it looks like we're going to be using the Cessna 2OB Grand Caravan EX here. And it's Yui Miwa is the senior coordinator of Turtle Express. Not a ton of XP, so we've got to ensure integrity, airline procedures, and the aircraft. Very similar to the simpler cargo or the smaller cargo transport. But in theory, these should be, obviously more rewarding on various fronts. I assume we'll get paid more. Again, we're looking to obviously get some things unlocked here and there. We've got a few more certifications, and I'd like to get into the helicopter stuff in the career mode too, to at least try it. So that's not me. That is how it's doing it. So had a big truck that's there delivering things, because obviously we had a little bit more going on there. Alright, same old, gotta get our plane ready. Yep, it's doing the wonderful thing which shows me that we're gonna be a little bit unfun for how the thing's gonna run. Although I've used this plane before, so you would think that it's all set, and that's because I used it before. That's how I knew the pitot cover was up here. So we're all set.
Good evening. So today's destination is Miyakeville, and we're loaded with general freight. Everything's secure at the back.
Why is
Nothing's
he
moving. It's going to
questioning?
be smooth and easy.
Why is he questioning? We're loaded with general freight? So, yeah, you can see we're cargo netted in, definitely much larger than what we've had before, not just a bunch of boxes thrown on the floor of the plane. Alright, so it will start up here. All the systems will get going.
The skids have high tolerance with turbulence, but make sure you keep the delivery smooth and on time.
Okay, we'll try to do that.
Chofa Traffic Cessna Juliet Alpha 8406 is taxiing to runway 35.
Alright, so runway 35. Oh, it's like behind us. Okay. That's where the arrows are. Alright, we've got taxi on. We're going to get strobe nav, beacon. Get the seatbelt on. It's out here in Japan. I honestly don't know the weather this time of year, so I don't know if I need de-icing. But anyway, let me get the altitude set probably to, I don't know, let's start with 5,000, so at least we'll have a little bit of time to get up there. I've tried holding the shift key like we used to be able to get things to move a little quicker, and it does not appear that works. So, yeah, it's interesting. So let's see. There we go. So if I do nav, there we go, GPS, so it probably just took a little bit for it to go. Alright, let's taxi out here. So the hold short's over there. So let me just double check here. Oh, I can just go out front and go left. Why would I go the way they're telling me to go? Crazy people. Dude, get out of the way. Everybody at the airports just wants to get run over by an airplane. I don't understand. That's not different from Microsoft 2020 either, so. But we'll get over here. If I remember, I thought Chofu was where... that was one of the places I think we saw in an early, like, pre-release video. That's one of the places where a career could be started. So, get the flaps down here. Get the configuration. So again, I've been in this plane before because I was able to use it for my regular cargo missions. So, I've had a mission with it. Now, the one thing I've seen a little bit online, I have not experienced this myself, but there have been people that have talked about missions. Oh, there's a plane, several planes without wheels. I don't think they just showed up there, but there you go. It's kind of painting in. You just saw the paint appear on that white fuselage, but it still has no wheels underneath. So, a little bit of that, but I don't get a whole lot of that. I can't say I've seen none of it, but it's also, again, been very sparse. Alright, so we're holding short. And then I assume we'll have to
Chofa
announce.
Traffic Cessna Juliet Alpha 8406, taking off runway 35 departure to the south.
So, the people were talking about, like, things like a Cessna being given an overseas mission, like an overseas flight. Now, again, I've seen a Cessna go from, say, the Bahamas over, which is like 200 miles, which it can do. So, I don't know if that's what they meant, but they made it sound like it was, like, literally transatlantic, which, obviously, that it can't do. So, I've not seen that. But I also don't have a situation. So again, maybe when you unlock like the passenger airlines, because you can use a Cessna in that, it just doesn't do anything. Okay, we'll do that rotation. All right, well, we're going to 8,000. So I'm going to turn this on. turn this on. We're going to do flight level change. And hopefully we will get up and at 'em soon. Right.
Yokoto approach Cessna Juliet Alpha 8406 is type Cessna Caravan 1 miles northwest of Chofu, 700 feet.
I love how they talk over each other. And it's also interesting, I've had missions like this, because now we're going to get a squawk, and then we'll ask for IFR clearance. So it's kind of goofy how it's set up that way, because, like, if you knew you were doing IFR,
southeast of Romeo Juliet Kilo Charlie Delta 1,400 feet. Altimeter 29.902.
you'd already do something. So let's see, let me get my squawk ready.
Roger, Cessna 406.
Alright. So we're floating along here. See, now we're going to request the IFR clearance.
Yokoto approach Cessna Juliet Alpha 8406 1 miles west of Romeo Juliet.
So again, it's just very odd,
Request IFR to Romeo
but
Juliet Tango
pretty
Quebec
good.
Radio.
You know, everything's rendered. You can see where we took off. Alright, 3347.
Tango Quebec Airport as filed. Squawk Tree 47.
Okay, so we're doing that.
Cessna Juliet Alpha 8406 cleared to Romeo Juliet Tango Quebec Airport is filed. Squawk Tree 47.
This is a really terrible GPS, I'll tell you that. It cannot line up here. And I don't know if it's because we're so slow. So what I may do is I may change the flight level. Let's see. Can I do this? Let me get this to say 100 and see if that stabilizes. Because I think what's happening is I'm flying so slowly that it can't,
Continue to Oscar Mike November India turning and following heading 170
it can't kind of level itself out.
Maintain 8,000 feet Cessna.
I mean, I don't have the flaps or anything, but maybe it was fighting. Man, this is really just floating. It's weird.
Good day.
Alright.
119.5 for Cessna 406.
We'll see what happens once it's done climbing and it really starts moving. I mean, it might just be that... I'm wondering if it's honestly got something to do with the model and the fact that I've got a load, and that there's some kind of problems with the physics. I mean, you would think that they tested things like that. I mean, it's certainly getting better now. Because, yeah, climbing at 80 and using all the extra thrust to climb certainly, you know, makes things a little more difficult. Because instead of climbing at 1700, we're climbing at 1200. Now it looks like we went faster, but I assume that'll change. I think it was just because, again, in the turn we had the ability to translate power, I guess, or something. I don't know why it did that, but now we're floating again. But as we get down to a lower climb rate, it seems to be kind of leveling out. I mean, you can see the plane is rocking back and forth, which would be quite annoying. I mean, I have the yaw damper on, so I think the yaw damper would be the thing that would, like, not having that, I think would make it worse. But anyway, we're almost up to 8,000. So we'll see how that goes here. But again, with 200 some miles to go, I'm assuming, I mean, we'll have to see what our cruise speed is, because obviously right now we're not going very fast at all. But I assume we're going to go significantly faster at this point, so let me back off so that, again, I'm not redlining my plane. any longer than I need to. It's one thing when we're climbing, but probably shouldn't be doing it when I'm climbing either. But basically, we're passing from Tokyo, which is down here. So Harita, or whatever the airport is down here somewhere. We are still floating around. I don't understand.
Cessna 406 contact Tokyo Center on 134.15. 134.15 for Cessna.
So, just taking a look. Yeah, I don't want to click on it, but
8,000 feet.
But you know, if
Cessna Juliet Alpha 8406 Tokyo Center
we go over here,
290.92
I think I did something in this airport in 2020, maybe? I don't remember. Or maybe I'm thinking of Tower Simulator 3, because I'm sure we did something there. Now, I will say, that looks really nice compared to what I remember from 2020, as far as how that's rendered even at this altitude. So, interesting. But yeah, I think that's the airport, and that doesn't appear to have rendered out too nicely. It just seems kind of like an overlaid mat. But I'm going to go ahead and get myself there. When we get closer, we'll deal with the ends so you can see how the first medium transport works. So yeah, lots of cargo, because we basically have the small private stuff we've been doing. Now we have medium, and then we're going to have heavy, and then super heavy, which is the big plane that Microsoft Flight Simulator introduced. Okay. I guess it is a new. I'm like, why are we turning so sharply? But I guess we did have another waypoint there. So we'll step away. I don't know if this is going to take a couple hours. I hope not. Again, we're going 150, and this is pretty much maxed out here. So it's probably going to take an hour and a half, I would think. But we'll see what it looks like as I get closer, and I will see you in a bit.
Cessna 406, you are tree 6 miles north. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect VOR Demi Alpha approach via Scott transition. Circle to land runway 02. Clear to Scott. Cessna 406, you are tree 5 miles north of Romeo, Juliet, Tango, Quebec. Contact tower on 1 tree, 4.1 pound. Tower on 1 tree 4.15 Cessna 406.
Alright, so
Tower Cessna Juliet Alpha 8406 tree, 4 miles north inbound, VOR Demi Alpha approach circle to land runway 02. Cessna Juliet Alpha 8406 tower, altimeter 29er, decimal 9er, 2, cleared VOR, DME Alpha approach. Cleared VOR, DME Alpha approach Cessna 406.
alright, so you can see I need to descend to 2,500 feet from 8,000. I either read it wrong or something was displayed wrong. This is basically about a 100-mile flight, not a 260-mile flight. So maybe there was something nearby that somehow made it appear. I don't know. But that is what it is telling me. As you can see, the next waypoint we're 27 miles from, but we're headed basically in to this location here. You know, not sure where Cannon is, but you know, that is where it was taking us. Let me see. Maybe if I go, no, I can't go any further. Like, there is no Cannon, and I haven't touched this, so I assume it's leading me the correct way. But I do not know, so so I suppose what I can do is I can go in, let's see, let me do Cannon, N-O-N, it is Japan. Yes, we want to be Japan. Alright, and then we'll go do that, and I assume... Well, is it going there, or is it not? Or is it still telling me... Oh, let's see. I have to do nav. Well, now I'm confused. Okay, maybe Cannon's a little ways out. Okay, so it's probably a little bit. Whoops, we're slowing down again because we're at the level, and then yeah, we were getting too slow and we were falling out of the sky. So hopefully we can get ourselves back up here and all will be good. So let me flight level change to 2,500 there. So, alright, we're just gonna vertical speed down a little bit here. So now I'm a little bit confused. I mean, I did have the boxes are kind of in the right place, so. Because, yeah, right now on my map, I'm not seeing things. But, yeah, I'm thinking that was, like, bringing me closer in or heading me right at the airport. So it's probably that island there. Max aircraft speed exceeded. Oh, great. Alright, so had an autopilot problem, had to refly, and then realized I hadn't started the video again. But that way you didn't have to deal with the whole approach and all, so could have been worse, right? So we're good. So fighting this a little bit here, because there's definitely okay, now I'm too high. Still too high. Ah. Really? Oh well. Wasn't really an undesignated landing area, but okay.
Cessna 406, you are not cleared to land. Clear the runway.
What? Okay. So am I gonna... Oh, I'm gonna be really irritated.
Cessna 406, contact ground on 125.9er.
Going to 125.
How was I not cleared to
Cessna
land? Like, I
406.
literally... I swear it had cleared me before, but whatever. I find that very entertaining and typical of how this stuff goes sometimes. I don't know. Alright, so we will get out, and then we shall leave.
Ground Cessna Juliet Alpha 8406 taxi to parking.
Cessna Juliet Alpha 8406, taxi to general aviation, parking using taxiway.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Cessna 406.
Alright, so just get in here. And then we'll be all set.
Home sweet home.
Yes, home sweet home. Didn't realize this was our home. And it takes forever for it to shut down, if I recall. Although, I think that was more the jet. Alright, so should be another first flight clear. Okay, not bad. Alright, we got B. Did we get up to A? We did. Alright. So no skip, bad weather bonus. So not bad. At least one more level, if not 2 levels. 5,000. We get back up to B. We did. Alright, so we did make it up to 52. But again, those don't matter as much. Alright, and so we've got cargo transport medium all set at that point. And then we're going to do aerial firefighting, initial attack. So climb aboard your aircraft and get to the source of the fire before it gets out of control. Drop water to extinguish fires and protect the forest, then refill from the nearest pond or lake to keep battling the flames. Each mission is a race against time to save nature and preserve the ecological balance. And we only get that one. So again, airplane mission 14 or above, so we might actually, depending how we do, we might get medevac unlocked, but that will be next time. I know we won't have anything else unlocked, but pretty cool that we've basically gotten 3 or 4 just kind of pounded out pretty quickly here. Alright, so at this point, where we're out here, we don't get a whole lot. We just get a few over here, sightseeing missions, cub grafters, so yeah, nothing I want, but yeah, not much access to Japan, so not thrilled with how they're doing. Alright, so if I remember, where was, oh, it was Spain, that's right. So, or Portugal. First intervention near Gondarum. That is really right close to the border there. I'm not sure if that's Spain or Portugal. Alright, so scoop area, fire, 42. Alright, we just got an alert from the Firewatch Patrol. They've spotted smoke in the area of Gondarum. Alright, let's see what we can do. It's 4-star difficulty. Alright, and we've just got the one plane. We've got our little orange jumpsuit. I like orange. My favorite color. Alright, well, we've got a fire alarm going off. So, definitely a different outfit.
All units, fire reported at Gondarum. Please get ready.
Well, that's cool. We don't have to do anything. That's also cool. let's enter the aircraft. And we've been in this for training. Let's look around a little bit and see what we've got. Alright, we've got our dump thing. Because again, I didn't see...
You're the most skilled units for this task, so get on site and put out the fire for our strike team. The authorities will look into it when the time comes, but right now we need you to focus on containing the situation. We've planned, we've drilled, now we execute.
Alright, now we execute. And hopefully everything will work. Including my buttons.
Vigo ground, Echo Charlie. Bravo Alpha Quebec ready to taxi departure to the south with Foxtrot.
Echo Charlie. Bravo Alpha Quebec taxi to and hold short of runway 19er using taxiway Charlie 1. Contact tower on 118.455 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway 19er via taxiway. Charlie 1 Bravo Alpha Quebec. Taxi to and hold short runway 19er via taxiway.
Right.
Charlie 1 Bravo Alpha Quebec.
So let's head on out. See, the last time I was in this plane, I joined it when it was in the air. Like, this thing is just not going to move. There we go. Alright. I would imagine the wheels aren't great for this thing, but we shall see how everything plays out here. So I've tried to reconfigure the buttons to work a little smoother. I don't know that I succeeded. So we'll see.
Vigo Tower Echo Charlie. Bravo Alpha Quebec at runway 19er ready for departure south departure.
Alright, lots
Echo
of
Charlie.
stuff.
Bravo Alpha Quebec QNH 101 tree departure to the south approved. Clear for takeoff runway 19er. Clear for takeoff runway 19er Bravo Alpha Quebec.
Okay, I assume I need to go down to the end and then, you know, go ahead and turn around and then take off. So we'll see. I definitely don't see any kind of autopilot on this one, which makes sense. This is not an autopilot type of plane. So alright, we'll see where we can get to. Back off a bit. Man, this is like really sensitive. But yeah, the scoop on and off, like in theory, that should do it, and it's not. So that's the part I don't like. And the key isn't doing it either, so. So I don't know. So I might try one more thing when I get to the end of the runway before I take off, because I'd really like to know that the buttons are working. But they don't appear to be right now, so it's always something. Yeah, we're not helping this fire at all, man. It's like spread to like 3 extra homes now in the time it's taken me to get to the end of the runway. This is crazy. Okay, if I do 2 buttons, it appears to work, so it's good enough. I'll worry about it later. I don't need those buttons on this plane, so... Yeah, the wheels kind of rotating weirdly don't help. Come on. Ah. Alright, come on, come on, come on. I assume we retract the little wheels. Yeah, so...
Alpha Quebec, continue for south departure.
Okay.
Vigo Tower, Echo Charlie. Bravo Alpha Quebec, continue for south departure.
Now, the real question is, how far do I have to,
Coordinates of the fire front 4
Holy moly.
north, 8 west. The ATGS is leading the operation. You'll be working with Recon 5 to coordinate your first drop.
18 miles,
Carry a payload at
Jesus.
takeoff, but you can scoop more at the water source. Check your map. Over and out.
Do I have...
CBAQ, you're our lifeline. Do what you have to. Over.
Do I have payload? That's the question. Since I opened and closed my scoops. Okay, what I don't like is, man, this is like super sensitive. I mean, that's nice and all, but... Alright, my flaps are working now. I don't know why they didn't then, but anyway. Alright, so again, let's see. If I do my down trim, just try to get this trimmed out. So that I'm not having to hold the stick like crazy the whole time. Did not mean to overfly any airport. Right. I don't want to get into yellow or too fast or whatever, so it is still going up. Unbelievable. So yeah, I'm guessing there's another airport in the area is what was happening. Although if there is, I don't know exactly where it is. Come on. This is insane. I don't understand why it can't, like, stay over there either. So yeah, I don't think this is going to be simple. I'm hoping I only have to scoop once or twice. And I wonder, like, if you take longer, does it... Like, how do these missions really work? Is there some sort of calculation? So I'm going to go down to get into the frame there. I don't know if that's 3,000 or 2,500 or 2,000, but looks like 2,500 at best, so okay. So again, we'll see if we can... Man, I mean, my trim down is insane. Is it finally gonna work? No, it's too much. I'm gonna back it off again. Probably need to raise it a little bit more. My golly. So yeah, it's just obviously a lot of manual flying. So 410 gallons is what it is listed over there in that little screen. You can see it in the blue numbers. You can see it in the little LCD panel above. So there's a couple things that give me that information. Man, I cannot trim this sucker out. Now it's falling down. I mean, I've only changed 500 feet, for goodness sake. Come on, are we gonna have to use the river? That sucks. I want to use a lake. I don't have that good of an aim. Alright, so now we're at 10 when 20% is what I needed before, but I did slow down. And we appear to be climbing. So get ourselves down to 11. See if that... And it's usually a couple clicks per percent, so it must be doing like a 0.5% each time or something. Alright, now I'm going to go up 1 because we're drifting down. But yeah, it looks like the question is, can we see any kind of fire? Not yet. It says the fire is 6 miles away. It makes it look like it's on top of the hill. And yes, I know it was toward the water there, so I mean, I guess I can go way out there, but that obviously is more time. I think I see smoke. It's hard to tell, but we're also 5 miles away. So I can't imagine we'd see a ton of stuff. But it definitely looks like a smoke plume from beyond the little white line. So again, maybe it's small enough, but the question is, and again, maybe it's watching from above, like I did with search and rescue, but like, how do I know when I'm over the fire? But, you know, it takes 10 minutes to get here, and then, you know, it'll take a minute, 5 minutes to go get water and come back, so... Three and a half miles. I'm just waiting for it to say something and have to follow directions that I obviously don't know what they are, so... Yeah, there's definitely smoke there. you go.
ECBAQ Recon 5. Thanks for coming fast. We're here to support you in your attack. You have a max of 2 water drop skies. Clear for your first drop. Your tanks were loaded before takeoff. ECBAQ. Okay, area is clear. Engage.
Alright, well. I don't know how I tell. I need my speed a lot less, okay. This is 1 whatever. Again, I assume... Come on. Stalling out. Come on. No.
ECBAQ. Clear to engage.
Alright, well. We'll just run it to run it. What's happening again? Why did the fuel... Why did the fuel stop? Like, the engine should not have stopped. I don't understand. Hello? Yeah, this is not gonna help anybody. God, I love this plane. Well, we're gonna land next to the fire, but we're not gonna put it out. Alright.
ECBAQ. Clear to engage.
The only thing I can think of is I had the throttle on. No, it's like... Yeah, the whole thing is broken now. Yeah, literally all my controls. And again, why am I losing? Why am I losing?
Touching down here. ECBAQ. Clear to engage.
See, I lose fuel. I don't understand. Alright, so the challenge is, like, what I thought it was, I had reverse thrust on. See, and now it's doing the same kind of thing. See, now I have my engine off. Alright, so in theory, my toggle is on. Okay. See, the scoop goes on, and I don't understand. As soon as you touch the scoop, you lose all aerodynamic capability.
ECQJV Recon 5. Thanks for coming fast. We're here to support you in your attack. You have a max of 2 water drop skies. Clear for your first drop. Your tanks were loaded before takeoff. ECQJV. Okay, area is clear. Engage. Once the view's clear, I give you an update on this drop. It's a good line. One final drop, then leave the zone. Well done. Coordinates of the scooping site, 41 north, 8 west.
So, as you've seen, I've gone ahead and dropped and actually did okay. So I had to go back down and restart because the keys, I don't know what was happening. So the only difference I did is I didn't try to use the control on my I didn't try to use the control on the whatchamacallit. So I'm gonna slow down here. So let's see, touchdown on the water. So on the other item, okay, come on. Come on. All right, I'm bouncing too much. Come on.
Water tanks at capacity were good.
Like I'm heading toward the shore, which is not good. I need to get enough speed. Man, I think we're just super heavy. Because last time it wasn't this hard to climb. So that's the one bad thing. Alright, but at least I understand how to do it. I will have to try it again later. You know, again, with without the keys the way I did it. So, and I could see the water coming out, which was also kind of honestly quite cool. And I should be lighter. It's just going to be more difficult to not. Alright, I don't know that I need to be much higher than this. But, yeah, I got really close to putting it out, I think, so I think I did quite well. That would be awesome if I can do that, but it's definitely a little easier the other way. See, I mean, I'm finally back to where I was. I mean, I went 2 miles, 3 miles down the river, so that was nuts, is what it was. Alright. So, I don't know that I need to go as far down as I did before. So, we're gonna put the flaps down. Trying to get to the white line. Because, yeah, I'm just really close to the... just feel like I'm really close to the...
ECQJV, area's clear. Initiate, and let's put this out for good.
Alright. Alright. Hoping I got it. Whoop. It looks like...
I'll radio in the drop status as soon as the visibility gets better. Legendary drop team, you smashed those last flames.
Awesome.
Fires out. No hot spots and areas secured thanks to your action. Good.
Thanks to your action,
End of
good.
mission, ECQJV. Good work. Fly home safe.
Alright. So that's awesome. I just need to land. Okay, I'm trying to... just trying to get to the point where I'm not, let's see. If I go down... So, yeah, we'll get back, but I'm hopeful. I didn't crash. Like, this was a clean flight so far. The only thing I had was a little bit of speeding on the taxiway. But at least I feel like I understand, and what I need to try, like I said, later, another time, is see if I press the button. I must have some control thing messed up. So initially what I thought had happened is I also had that same key mapped to toggle the reverse thrusters, because I figured, well, it just won't work unless a plane has reverse thrusters, and to my knowledge, this plane does not. That's more a jet thing. But that may have had some sort of a trigger of something that just basically cut my engine or something. Because, like, I literally had no throttle. And again, even though it's a toggle on the scoop, you know, clearly it, you know, didn't do anything. I'm half worried I still have it open, but it says scoop off. So it was interesting, I don't know if you noticed, but the blue in front of me, that little opening underneath the dashboard where the 3 dials are missing, that got full of blue. So, like, that was where the water was too, so it's just nuts. I mean, it's cool how that works, and that's definitely, I would say of all the mission types I've done so far, this was by far the most enjoyable. Just like, you know, you've seen stuff like that, but to be able to participate is pretty awesome.
Vigo Tower Echo Charlie, Quebec Juliet Victor is 1 tree mile south, 2,800 feet with Echo to land.
So it is a way to go.
Echo Charlie. Quebec Juliet
If I get an A,
QNH
if I get an A,
1 tree, make
I
right
don't want to
downwind,
get,
runway 19er.
I don't want to get ahead of myself. But if I get an A,
Enter right
and I have a
downwind
shot
runway,
since I put out the
19er
fire,
Quebec
I would
Juliet
think,
Victor.
medevac might be open. And I think I can then piece this together, and it might be a little bit long of an episode, but I think it'd be good to have all three type of things together. But it might not be too bad, well, other than showing a ton of the issues here. But yeah, there's definitely some challenges. So, from the one standpoint, I mean, it's not super easy. I mean, it's still, you still got to pilot this thing. I mean, this definitely, I mean, I know people had worried about it being arcadey, but I think because you're still dealing with the same settings you have across the flight sim, which includes things like realistic turbulence and whatever, because what was happening, like, I don't know if I'll have kept in the other parts where I tried to come down on the water first. Like, you bounce off the water, and then it creates these waves, which make it even more difficult for you to land, because you basically disturb the surface. Because what I needed to do was basically slow down and then kind of gun it. Alright, this is where you literally told me to go, but okay. And again, I don't know what airport we overflew, but it was some airport, obviously. I'm not going to look around. And yes, the other thing I did is instead of playing with my camera outside, I just left it right behind me and zoomed out as far as I could so that I could get the best view for dropping. But the other thing is, and that makes me think that maybe that button wasn't doing what I thought it was doing, because I mean, I still also have it set for spray and the hook on the aerial advertising, and so I don't know if either of those did something, because partially this is the same plane I would use potentially for agricultural aviation, for crop dusting. You just don't have water tanks, you then are spraying whatever you're spraying. And that, again, would probably be kind of fun, because you'll be, you know, down along the ground and doing all kinds of close flying as well. So yeah, the biggest challenge here was both be 100 feet above the fire and then, you know, land on the water in a way and then still fill up and scoop it. And it definitely helped having, you know, because I only had 50% of the tank on the way out. So scooping it full definitely gave me more water. And I assume gave me a little bit longer drop. So that would have helped for putting things out. Alright, so let's get this down, and there we go. Alright. I don't know, these little wheels will really cause me that much difficulty. But we'll follow the pattern as it says. But, you know, now the wheels are out. So we're at, what, 2,400. So I just need a decent landing. The problem is, frankly, that it's just a bit. as far as the control you had, because it was hard to stay on the ground and not like turn, because I just don't know, like these wheels I think are not as good as regular plane wheels. Partially because the front moves a bit, I don't know. But it was super hard to go down the runway and take off. So, it would honestly be better to start on the water, like you would with a float plane, I would imagine, and just try to take off that way. But the thing is, I don't think you can get any pressure to fill the tanks unless you're moving. Alright, so I think we're gonna go over and then around and back is how we're cycling back in for this pattern. But yeah, I think they're like a couple 100 feet maybe for the height of these boxes. So let's see. Alright, the Smart Look at least is looking at the airport appropriately. I am just glad it worked, because frankly I was starting to wonder if, like, gee, can I not do this mission type because wow, it's really bugged. And that's unfortunately, I think, what is happening to folks, because the keys don't work. So for example, I know like getting into the plane, Shift C is what it's set to, but that didn't work for me, so I don't know if Shift C had a conflict from other mappings or something that are also set, or that I had set, because again I changed from the 2024 to 2020 keyboard. And so I'm wondering if then Shift C in the 2020 was something else. You know, which would make sense because they were, you know, doing things in 2024 to clear up keys, so. Alright. So, gonna fly the traffic pattern. We're gonna put the flaps down. Go ahead and put all the flaps down, which should help quite a bit. But we'll also speed up coming in. As you can see, we're down to 80, even going down. So I will definitely speed up again later. Kind of gliding in a little bit with the path. I'm staying below it, just to be a little closer to the end, because it always seems that the pattern brings you in very sharply otherwise. So obviously I don't want to be doing that if I can avoid it. So we'll just take a gentle turn here. Turn, stay off the hill, and then obviously come in to land. So fly final. And there we are. So I would say, I mean, the flaps and everything must have some crazy drag, because I am, you know, again, I don't have a vertical speed, but it feels like I'm pushing down really hard, and this thing just wants to bounce back up again. Alright, so in theory I'm still too high. Now I'm at the right location. So I want to cross the threshold, and then that would normally be when we pull back or turn things off. So I'm going to do it a little bit early, and then we'll just try to bring it in. nice. It's probably my best landing, frankly. So yeah, that was
Quebec
nice.
Juliet Victor, exit runway when able.
Alright, and since I'm not taxiing, I shouldn't have a problem here. So I should be able to... I don't want to go too fast, because I'm obviously not taking off again. So I'm going to actually put my flaps back, because that will make it harder to take off. So I won't get too much of that, because otherwise I think that's... part of it is I'm getting some lift with the flaps, and that's why I'm getting the
Quebec
skidding
Juliet Victor,
sounds.
turn next taxiway.
But yeah, that was that was a really good landing. So if I don't get an A, I'm gonna be sad.
Quebec Juliet Victor, contact ground on
I should get a superior, honestly. The only sad thing is there's no
121.705.
there's no
Quebec, Juliet, Victor.
passengers, so I won't get the credit for that for do things with S.
Vigo ground Echo Charlie.
That one
Quebec,
plane looks like
Juliet,
it's
Victor,
in the
taxi
ground,
mark.
but some don't have wheels and
Echo
things you can
Charlie,
see.
Quebec Juliet Victor, taxi to gate for using taxiway Charlie 1.
Taxiing to gate for using taxiway Charlie 1 Quebec Juliet Victor.
Got a little ways, 0.2, so... Ah. No, I was speeding before, but it might ding me again. And it was weird, because I got to over 40 before, and it didn't flag me, so... I don't know. Because, yeah, the next thing I need is some jet licensing. And maybe this'll get me enough cash to try that, but whatever I'm doing, I'm trying next time. So, you can see the box.
You did great over there.
There we go. I would agree. I do feel like I did well once my controls were working. So again, it's just really, is it something on my throttle? Because I'd rather do it on the throttle than have to reach over to the keyboard, because then I can maintain throttle control. Because otherwise my other hand is obviously on the yoke, the stick. This flies with the stick. That plane just looks huge. Wow, 100. So yeah, I should get, there we go. We did get the S. Awesome. Almost over 400,000. So that's good. I'm good at this. Again, do I want this to be my company? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Because I think, frankly, it would be nerve-wracking to have that be the majority of what I do. Alright, yeah. I mean, the problem is, you know, we're at over 250,000 per level now. So it definitely gets a little crazy. But at this point... Oh, we still don't have medevac. Why? So this isn't considered an airplane mission, I guess. Interesting. Yeah, so... Alright, well, I don't have medevac, so I'm gonna have to work through that. But now, if I go and look at my missions, like, again, lots of things should be lighting up. So again, along the coast, we've got a lot of aerial advertising. You would think they'd do some aerial advertising that isn't along the beach. There should be some sports arenas and things like that. So yeah, this Aero Elvira Optica, actually a pretty interesting plane. It's a little bit of fun. JMB VL3, and that's probably a tail dragger, but and I keep saying tail dragger, but I don't know if that's really what it is. Alright, so we've got one side, we've got the other. Alright, this is a VIP. Again, another Viking. Wow, 3 hours. So yeah, we're getting into some more difficulty. Okay, another advertisement. So I'm just looking around at what we have. Okay, so it looks like medevac is going to appear there maybe when I finally get it. So Cirrus Vision Jet. I mean, the nice thing is I see more VIPs because I'm going to need those to make some of my other progress. And yeah, thank God they're not all just really garbagey things at this point. It's interesting that sometimes I have to zoom in more to see. But yeah, another Beechcraft, a diamond. See, like that would be a cool one to ferry. It wouldn't take, or to run. I don't think it would take that terribly long. And then we've got what here? Cirrus Vision Jet. But these are again in the mountains, and it is just so hard on these. So the thing that is unique though is I'm not seeing, I wonder when the fires come up. I mean, I suppose again you're not going to have fire everywhere. But, and the other thing is like, okay, cargo light, because I'm also on, okay, there's cargo medium. So I'm like, how do I know what I have? But you can see, like, yeah, this is lengthy. So 3.5 hours. So cargo light, cargo light, cargo light. Alright, so down here, it's just so little. Oh, okay, that's just a live mission thing. Like, wow, there's just really nothing here on Madagascar. But again, that's just a little island. So that's part of what I'd have, is I kind of need to unlock things. So again, here we've got a search and rescue, although, like, are they all? No, I guess. It's just odd that that's the only search and rescue on the whole map. You would think there'd be some others that might appear. But again, maybe they would be using helicopters versus planes. I don't know. Alright. There's like literally no cargo missions. There's one finally. So again, 3.5. So they seem few and far between, because that one's light. So I've literally found 2 mediums. Another light. Another light. Yeah, lots of lights, but not a lot of mediums. So, last calls. Gate closing. Skyhawk. But the good news is at least my charters appear to have changed into other types now. So yeah, I'm going to have to figure out, but I will likely go ahead and do an airplane mission. I'll probably do, again, one of these first flights somewhere. And then, you know, we'll continue from there, because then I'll be able to do medevac. So that'll be fun. Yeah, literally I have found 2 medium cargos. Everything else is light. That is amazing to me. It's just interesting why that's happening. So I'm also wondering, like, if I go daytime, which in theory should be what that is, do I get more? Not really. It doesn't look like it. Is anything new coming up down here finally? A little bit. Alright, well, we finally got another medium. So those are, again, 3.5 hours. There's that one. We've got... Ooh. Where's that one gonna take me? Did it just go away? No. Yeah, I don't know where that's taking me, like what island, but that is intriguing because that might get me to some pretty interesting stuff. I mean, I'm guessing it's at least down here to the Dominican Republic and Haiti. I forget, do I have? Yeah, I have a little bit. Okay, so we have some search and rescue here. And then again, we have, wow, 4 hours. So we're getting into some lengthy ones for sure. So there we have a couple. So everything. And then this is, yeah, missing Chimonte. That's, oh, I guess that is where I did save him from. See, it just makes it seem like I'm flying the same thing, but yeah, this is not a plane I would like to do it with. So like I said, I just don't know how many search and rescues I'm really gonna do. So some big old VIPs, some extended attacks, and then we've got some helicopter stuff. So anyway, so a little bit of exploring just to look around, see what we got. So there we go. We can go up there from the Oh, wait. I thought that one was going down. I swear it was. I think this is something different. Because, yeah, that's not interesting anymore. So it must have timed out to something else. That stinks. Alright, and that one's just going... I mean, it would get me something, but not much. So that's the challenge with opening things up. But let me get this wrapped. As always, if you have enjoyed this but haven't dropped a like or are not a subscriber, greatly appreciated for a small channel like myself, just so people know what's going on. I'm getting more and more people coming in and saying, hey, you came up in my feed. I'm really glad you did. I'm really enjoying your stuff. And that's exactly what likes and things do, is it lets YouTube know, hey, there's stuff happening here, and we should present it to some more people because maybe other people will like it. So, let's see. What have we got here? Wow, I need 100,000. I don't think I needed that much, but I do. Because, yeah, honestly, I'm not sure what else might be worth it other than that. So I think I just have to keep working on my specializations, because again, if I remember, I've got 7. Yes. But, you know, several of these, because really, yeah, I need soft runways or bush landings. I know how to do that. You know, and again, that airplane thing, you know, could get me there. It'll get me both, and then get me to medevac. But yeah, I think that'll be my goal, is to get the medevac, and then we'll enjoy that together, and then you know, we'll move on from there. So I will see you next time.